So this is our first time. My band is called Euphoria. We are on our 25th year. We are on our anniversary tour right now. We've already completed about 6 cities, and Dimapur is going to be our first concert of 2024. And it's our first concert in this area. The only other place in the far northeast that we have played is in Itanagar, Arunachal. Okay. We are India's first rock band that started singing in Hindi, primarily in Hindi, and always combined Indian and Western instruments in expressing, even in our language, even in our attitude. It's a proper fusion of both the styles. Primarily because I feel this is what the country is right now. We are partly Western and we are partly Indian. The roots will always be Indian and very strongly Indian. I think it's a proud moment for us, not only to come to Dimapur, but to come to Dimapur for Don Bosco School. I was just telling the father from Kolkata, Don Bosco, that I studied at the St. Columbus School in Delhi, and it's a brother branch of Don Bosco. So I think it's a very, very proud moment for all of us to be here. At the airport, I met some of the journalists who were asking me that, what are we going to do tomorrow? So most of you have not watched Euphoria on stage. I'd rather not speak about us. Just come to the concert, watch what we do, and then you say what we do on stage. There's no word for it. I call the band Euphoria. So whatever happens on stage is going to leave you euphoric. Right now, I think the entire country is looking towards the Northeast. I think in the last 8 to 10 years, the Northeast has been given a lot of attention by the government. I mean, we all know about the Northeast, we know about the Seven Sisters, but there was not that much awareness. So my first real, what should I say, impact of the Northeast was in 2015 when I did a movie called S.I.A. Jahan, in which I played an Assamese character, and Assamese person whose house is in Arunachal. So that was my first introduction to this area. But yeah, again I'll say this, it's a huge honor. I just hope people turn up in huge numbers. You don't get to see too many. I've got one of the greatest musicians from Nagaland over here. But like how we would be excited if we came to Delhi is how you guys should be excited if we come to Dimapur. So I think that's about it. As I said, we are on our 25th anniversary tour right now, and our new short film is coming out this month, January. It's a musical short film that comes out. Later in February, perhaps, we are re-recording our first two albums, which was Dhoom and Phir Dhoom, and they are being re-released now after 25 years in our 25th year. So that's what we are doing immediately. Our tour is going on. This tour will extend till March, where we are covering almost all the parts of India. We've been to Pune, we've been to Indore, been to Jaipur, Bangalore, and next up we're going, after this, right after Dimapur, we're going to Hyderabad, and then we're going to be in Kolkata, and then it's going on. That's what's going on. This is what's happening with us. And see the Euphoria songs primarily. Our first song was called Dhoom Pichak. That's what we're going to do. We're going to be doing Mairi. We're going to be Ana Meri Gali. The entire Euphoria big hits are going to be there. And I'm hoping that I can do a collaboration with my bro Alomo over there. And the whole idea is this, that bring all kinds of music to we're trying to do a song which is indigenous to Nagaland. We're trying to do that, trying to do a lot of English stuff. It all depends upon how much time we have on stage. And as I said, when you come to a Euphoria show, you'll see what we do. It's a show which is a lot of heart, which is a lot of soul, but which is primarily entertainment.
Okay, how much of time frame have you been given?
I don't know, how much time do we have?
Yeah, 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Bus? That's okay. Okay.
Euphoria is a pop band.
Yeah.
So, any future plans of maybe the genre of music that you play considering also if you're playing tomorrow, would you stick to pop or would you just try to experiment a bit with different kinds of genres?
Yes. See, primarily when we started off a little more than 25 years, we were a straight-ahead English rock band. So we used to do everything in English, But once we made it indigenous with the Indian languages, then we have used different languages. We've used Bengali, we've used Punjabi, we used Konkani. One of our latest songs we used Tamil. So, that is always over there, and the genres, we try to make sure that, almost every genre gets covered, So, tomorrow there's going to be a lot of English rock stuff also, which we used to do, say, about 25 years ago, but we're going to do that specifically in Nagaland. So, we are doing our own research, what will work with the audience, but what we are hoping for is that the organizers would get so many people that we go beyond 90 minutes, and it's a long show.
From 25 years ago who used to listen to your type of music, or what kind of age group are you looking at and expecting for tomorrow's gig?
I'm expecting everybody, whichever age group, because wherever we are going right now, like a song like Mairi was made 23 years ago, and there are 15, 16-year-old kids who are singing it back to me. What happens is that music stays, if it is honest music, it stays relevant through times. And also, one generation like brothers and uncles and parents, they pass on that legacy to the next generation. So that is that's what I'm expecting. Also, very very importantly, Northeast is a place for music. This is maybe the only place in this country where people enjoy and appreciate all kinds of music. And that is something we know. Whoever's been to the Northeast, like we played in Arunachal Pradesh, we had a huge audience, and they all knew the songs and they were willing to listen to whatever we were dishing out. So that's my expectation. It's not a place like anywhere else. I would say Nagaland and specifically Dimapur, there are people who listen to all kinds of music and appreciate it.
So what is your plan? Are you planning to visit any part of Nagaland, or are you going to depart from here after the concert?
We have a concert in Hyderabad, as I said. So we are staying back for a day, and we'll try to do whatever we can do on the 8th. But I just hope and pray that tomorrow after the gig, everybody in Nagaland wants us back, so we'll keep coming back.
This question is for Alamo. So you're going to be hosting it. So what does it feel like not being behind the mic and singing?
No, he's going to be on the mic also. He's going to sing with us. Yeah. With us. Euphoria, he's coming on stage. I told him already.
Yeah, it's going to be an honor, and especially for me, I listen all kind of music. So I don't want to make you feel old, but I grew up listening to this band, and then this is one of the band for musician in India we looked up to. We grew up, and then it's so surreal, sitting next to him. I've met him before also. He might not remember.
Of course I remember.
Yeah, and also. They're all pianists, Benny. Yeah, I used to play with Benny, and we used to play in Delhi and all. So I have a lot of memories, and then especially during college days, my favorite was Toom,
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs, Mairi and Doom Pichak. So we grew up listening all this, bands, and sharing the stage with them is like a dream come true for musicians like us. And yes, coming to your question, this is one area I always wanted to explore. I always, you might not believe me, but I want to be sometimes, just be a musician behind the stage, play for somebody, or maybe I would just want to host. I don't always want to sing, to be honest. So this is something I always want to explore. So I'm so glad that I'm getting this privilege to host the show also, yeah.
And now after this interview, I'm going to sit with him and we're going to decide what we're going to do on stage. I can't come to Nagaland and not sing with him. So he's going to be singing.
Oh, thanks.
See, what has happened over the last, say, over 5 to 10 years, not maybe in Nagaland, but all over India, what's happened is the entire music scene is controlled by Bollywood, primarily. So, because on television you just get to see Bollywood music, even all the streaming. But there's so much of talent in this country, and which is independent, and they don't get that kind of support. So my first vision is this only, that I tell all the kids, and he's talking about a song that not many people even speak about, a song called Tum. So now the idea is that whoever is a growing musician in Nagaland, he should know that if these guys could do it for 25 years, we still have a hope. And which is very, very true. I personally feel it is going to change, and because music has to be independent, it has to be free. And that is what's going to happen over the next few years, and I quite believe in it. So that's primarily my vision. Wherever I'm going and wherever we are doing these 25-year concerts, the idea is to just tell the younger musicians, if we guys could do it for 25 years, so can you. There's so much more support. There's YouTube, there's streaming. Like I watched all his videos on YouTube. And, maybe the normal janta doesn't listen to, independent music. But whoever is a musician, he will go and he will discover his music and listen to it.
So what are your expectations from the crowd?
They go wild, they go mad, they take off their clothes and dance.
I get the point of that, but like when it comes to Sir Abhijit, he has been here in London for like 3-4 times. We have been here for the first time. So what are your expectations from that?
I mean, my expectation is the same. We work hard and we give our souls and life and soul on stage. I mean, I would expect everybody to understand what we do. Know that these guys have done this all without support of the industry, and the fact that the fact that we have completed 25 years. My expectation from the crowd is simple. If Nagaland will call me back, then tomorrow's gig is going to be a success. That is my only vision. If we come back to this place and people like Abhijit Da has been called back 3-4 times, but then this is our introduction to this area. If we come back, it's a success.
One last question. What is your message to budding musicians of Nagaland? Because we're still lagging a little behind when it comes to the musicians with so much talent.
Yeah.
The state, and I'm sorry I'm saying this, but being a veteran musician, 25 years is enough to actually impart some knowledge to the youngsters over here especially. So is there any message you would like to give?
See, basically, all the musicians seated over here will tell you that, a musician never stops learning. So there's nobody who knows what is to be done. I can only tell you what I did, and if somebody wants to follow that, that'll be great. I stayed honest to myself. What I know, I do. I try to learn every day. And I try to do music my way. If you sit down and listen to all the Bollywood music that is made in India, it always sounds inspired by somebody or the other, or is lifted from somebody or the other. But when it comes to independent musicians, how it used to be in the 90s, early 90s and mid 90s, everybody had their own sound. Even if I take the name of a guy like, say, Baba Sehgal, everybody used to laugh at him, but he had his own sound. He had his own way. So that is what I'm trying to tell everybody. Have your own sound. Don't be like somebody else. You want to sing in a language from the Northeast, do that. You want to sing in English, but I would still say that if the people from the Northeast start singing in the national language, they start singing Hindi, it'll expose them to many more people.
Yeah.
And then they will come back to YouTube and then they will discover their local songs, their English songs, other songs. And that is the way how we did. We were an English rock band. We changed that and we made the language Hindi. But that didn't mean that whatever we were doing previously, we stopped doing that. At least it got us people to come and listen to us in our way. We didn't have to be like anybody else. We didn't have to copy anybody else. So I think that is the biggest thing I like to tell everybody. Just be yourself. Be who you are. Do it your way. And primarily, everybody in this world will have to define what is success and what is failure for them. If that is defined in your head, it becomes easy.